What's good, everybody? Lando here, and welcome back to Gear Remedy. So, if it's your first time, welcome to the channel that talks switches, keys, and everything PCs. Today, we're going to be looking at another keyboard, and we're going to be unboxing one from Epomaker, an AULA. So it's going to be the F65 Pro. So it's a 65% keyboard, and I'm super excited to show it to you guys. So let's just jump right into the unboxing. Okay, now obviously before I start the video, I do have to let everybody know that no, this video is not sponsored. No one sent me this video. I have just been falling in love with the 65% profile keyboards. Just like half the population right now. But anyways, when you look at the box, I will admit that there's nothing crazy about it. You flip it, obviously it tells you all the features, it's gasket mounted, it has all the multi-functionalities and all of that fun stuff. Nothing to really like yell or scream home about, but whatever. In the back of the box itself, again, it doesn't really break down any features because I felt like this keyboard was very much straight to the point. And there's nothing wrong about it. I just think that you know what you're getting, and that's the point, right? It's just straight to the point, very simple. The one thing that I will have to say is I'm super about brand identity. If this is not your first video that you watch about me, again, brand identity is super important to me. So when I open the box and I just see a blank piece of plastic, it kind of hurts my soul a little bit because I don't think it's that much to ask for a brand to just stamp the plastic with the brand name. I feel like it just gives it a little bit more elegancy or elegance, whatever. It just makes it feel more high budget. But anyways, the dust bag itself, another thing is, you know what? It's doing its job. It's protecting the keyboard, and my keyboard came in clean because, whew, this was the money shot. When I took out the keyboard from the back, I was like, okay, you know what? The unboxing experience is not that deep because this keyboard looks... Okay, looking at it and looking at my light bouncing off of this keyboard, I was very impressed. Like the paint, everything that they've used on this keyboard still feels quite premium. And going into the accessories, that's kind of where I go back to my brand identity. I was a little bit sad that, you can guess, there's no branding on the cable. The cable looks very, very simple. It looks like I could just dump this cable in my drawer of 100 million cables and I probably would never be able to find it again. That to me kind of sucks because I've had keyboards from Epomaker that actually come with very good keyboards. I was a little bit sad to see that this one did not. And obviously everybody's favorite tool. Yeah, I'm at this point, I think brands should just allow us to choose if we want to have one in the box or not, because I have so many of these and I don't know what to do with them. Okay, going to the switches because now we're going back into the juicier stuff. Before people get mad at me, I went with tactile switches. The reason being is just I like sound sometimes, right? But this one specifically is the Leobug iSoul switches, and they honestly came out pretty well lubed. Like every press on it felt nice and I had nothing to complain about. Now, looking at the PBT keycaps, we're all familiar with them, right? I will admit, for some reason, these felt very premium. I was so shocked by the quality of these keycaps. Certainly at the price point of this keyboard, I was not expecting that much detail and that much feel to the keycaps because I was very much like, oh, this is a very design-focused keyboard, right? But no, they made sure that the design still worked and the quality was still there. Okay, I know I've been glazing the design of this keyboard, but the press of this keyboard was also super impressive because the gasket mount itself really made it comfortable. So when it comes to long play period, right? I think this keyboard is great because you can play for a long time, your fingers won't really feel too tired, and I really appreciated that. Now, obviously, this keyboard is going to be a tri-connectivity keyboard, right? It has a USB Type-C connector, it has a USB connector, and yes, you still get Bluetooth. The knob itself felt very good. It had that clicky sound and feeling to it. To me, I was sold. I was very, very impressed with the build of this keyboard. I was like, I've been touching it for a while, and yet it didn't feel like it caught too much of like my skin oils, and I was very happy about it. So yeah, again, for the build and the paint on this keyboard, I was very happy. Another thing that took me by surprise is it says AULA on this USB, which to me I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty neat. And the holder for the USB is magnetic. I know it's not a lot to ask for, but I still feel like for a feature that's been more modernized, it's nice. Okay, the RGB on this keyboard, let's talk about it, because this shot right there, I was super impressed, and I was looking at this like, wow, you guys did a fantastic job. When it comes to the RGB, I was very surprised because I was in a pretty lit room, and the fact that we were able to catch that much color, I don't know if it's the RGB quality or my camera or both, but I was super surprised because out of all the keyboards that I've tested so far, this one was by far one of the brightest RGB right out of the box. Okay, so I know this design has been done and redone over and over again, but for some reason, I feel like they nailed it this time. Now, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the keycaps or if it's just the keyboard itself, but the light reflecting on the design on the keycaps just felt so premium for some reason. And I know this is a budget keyboard, but I swear sometimes it didn't feel like it. Even the little designs on the side kept it subtle, but also like that gamer vibe. So to me, I was like, oh yes, this keyboard is like perfect to carry around, right? Because if you choose not to have any RGBs, this keyboard is like a ghost keyboard. It is so tiny, it's so compact, but I feel like it packs a punch for its price point. So obviously for a budget keyboard, this is probably one of the top 10, maybe even top 5 that I've actually had the chance to try. Again, these lights on the sides were super impressive. Even the amount of light that got out of them, I was just like, okay, y'all need to relax, because I can only buy one of these keyboards. But do I suggest this keyboard to people who are looking for a budget-friendly 65% layout keyboard? The answer is yes. I do believe that it's worth it. And even now in 2026, if you can get your hand on this keyboard on sale on Amazon, honestly, go for it, because I played with this keyboard for a while. Anyways, so I know a lot of you have been waiting for this. So this was Lando with Gear Remedy. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the ASMR session of this video. Till next time.